Okay, so this is 3 p.m., so I'm in hour 6, and I'm just trying to let's fix the cam here. There we go. And configure capture for DOSBox. Okay, let's watch this. Let's go full screen.
Join our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest 2. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magmetheus is in order. During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
Let's put it on.
Confirmation of his position, Master.
Off to Magmetheus with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins, we find the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar. We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is by.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Bohal's gorillas and steal the shuttle so I could penetrate the asteroid fortress and pull the plug on that corpulent creep. What?
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah.
Please come with me.
Hello, Roger Wilco. Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and invincibility. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid deal in Space Quest 2. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and to prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
You go left and split them up. Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast. We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes. Jump into the time rift. Do it now. You've got to. If I take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homey. Hey, wait, this looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon. It's really a Pio. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest 12. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
Okay.
A brightly colored mechanical hair wanders about.
There's ways to speed this up a bit.
A quick inspection reveals nothing of interest.
Alright, I think I remember this. I need to find some rope.
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
Oh, I remember it's so easy to die in these games. Gotta save frequently.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Okay, no games to restore, so I have to
Are you
restart.
sure you want to restart?
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
Okay, Aaron's extra life. Save. There was a way to.
This is the only form of actual life that you've seen here. Its clothes are tattered, and a grotesque metal contraption is clamped to its head, which serves to hold the eyelids permanently open. Don't you feel dumb standing out in plain sight while trying to trick something into your... That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Okay, save game. Whoops. I think I can speed this up. Let's change the... let's see. Control F11, Control F12. Okay. All right. Restore a game. Restore. Go back in full screen. Okay. Get the inventory.
You extract the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso. A battery. This grate has crud, gunk, and sludge built up around the edges. You can see through the grate, but can't make anything out. A featureless, dirty white...
I'm trying to run. Let's go.
You stand centrally located in perhaps the only debris-clear area on the surface of this city. This was a busy intersection of commerce when times were happier and life, well, just existed.
An odd structure looms in the distance. The relatively undamaged building shows no entrances.
A once prosperous bank building stands partially wrecked and sealed shut. Lightning strikes the large, wart-shaped behemoth. Its distance away is great enough to demonstrate the travel time difference between light and sound. You see a rubble barrier to the north.
It doesn't.
The structural warpage and the enormous gaping hole indicate a violent end for this corroding battle machine.
A twisted and broken expanse of cityscape stretches south from.
The grate is anchored securely by bolts with corroded heads. The grate is anchored
Run!
The grate is anchored securely by bolts with mildly corroded heads. This grate has crud, gunk, and sludge built up around the edges. You can see through the grate, but can't make anything out.
Alrighty. On our way. Save game. Look.
A variety of pipes, coolant, and otherwise pass in, through, and around the room. It's an empty jar with a lid, neither of which does anything entertaining.
Take it.
You take the jar into custody. It's just an average old-fashioned desk blotter. Ah, a button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate as to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, lead designer of the Xenon Supercomputer Project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather-controlled and defense systems. It seemed like a sound idea at the time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered what appeared to be some sort of antiquated data storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted. On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story. My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not understand the commotion it generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco must pay. From that day forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons against us. Some managed to escape to other planets. Those of us who remained stayed to fight the machines and robots under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
Alrighty.
The strange little pedestal has wires running between it and the wall.
You don't need to look at that.
You've reached the sewer maintenance office. Apparently this office has been long abandoned. Your janitorial instincts urge you to sweep up and do a little dusting, but you suppress those urges and concentrate on the task at hand.
Okay. Save it again. Let's check out our inventory.
You have an empty jar.
Oh no! The door has shut, and there's no way back. What are you going to do now?
I was supposed to use the jar on the acid puddle. Issue is I don't exactly know how to use that.
You can't use that.
There's a small vent.
Ah, way too fast.
Nothing happened.
Oh dear, here it comes.
Okay,
There we go.
you scoop up the slimy secretion. Better get away now before it scoops you up.
Save it. Oops. Yep, of course. Okay, let's walk over there.
Another of Xenon's ruined structures awaits the final slow assault of nature.
Oh,
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been
Wow.
a real pantload. You took...
oh, come on.
You can't... You took... You took a little too...
Alright, save the game here. And... should we get down?
A sleek patrol transport occupies the area presently. If you can do anything with the ship, you certainly can't do it from here.
Not stealthy enough.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Okay. Save it here. And... stay hidden.
Another of Xenon's ruined structures.
And you can save
We're
there, of
glad
course.
you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload. One thing this society can say is that no citizen lives on the streets. In fact, nothing seems to live anywhere. This place is definitely DOA.
Oh, you can see me anywhere.
This icon tells you about other icons.
We're glad you could play Space Quest.
Let's
You
try.
can't do that.
Let's try just hiding for a bit here. Nope.
We're glad.
Oh. Hmm. Okay.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload. This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed. Uh-oh.
Can't go that way.
You could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload. This is a fueling unit for the patrol shuttle. Don't mess with it. You climb up into the landing gear housing. How clever you are.
I don't know if I was supposed to come back down here.
The structural warpage and the enormous gaping hole indicate a violent end for this corroding battle machine. Surprisingly, no one has taken this small, innocuous-looking piece of unstable ordnance. Okay, you now have the unstable ordnance. Remember, it was your idea. Good luck. This is the interior of a battle-scarred tank. A piece of unstable ordnance. Don't mess with it. A very wise choice. Carefully placing the unstable ordnance back inside the tank, you decide some things are better left alone.
Right. Let's save that. Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay, I'm going around and oh shit. Let's call there. No, I didn't want to go down that way. Back into the grate.
Oh no!
Save it again. And hope the patrol comes back. I go back out. Oh, well. Okay. Good. They come back, and they can get back in there. Okay, make a mad dash, go! Real quick.
This seems to be a relative...
just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time. Gruf, schluff, ruff.
Merla sieht auf Saps. Ich habe auch viel ausgesagt.
Halt! Some people just won't follow instructions. No sign of presence at this time. Gruf, schluff.
Merla sieht auf Saps. Ich habe auch...
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing happens. You're already there, Roger. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again. That button opens the canopy. It's a button with a strange symbol on it. You vaguely remember these symbols from your 5th grade time theory class with crazy Mrs. Drimple. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, it's some sort of monitor, probably used to monitor something or other. You can't do that. Peering through the port, you see an unusual land. Its wind-carved pinnacles and buttes bring back memories of the planet Corona, where this whole adventure mess started. It's a large compartment that's probably full of instruction manuals, code books, time maps, and the like. Too bad it's also locked. The large compartment doesn't actually open.
was that?
Hey, those Talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either. My. Rather than the sequel policeman penetrating the inner sanctum of the nest, the reverse obviously occurred. You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum. This lumpy paper-wrapped wad looks mighty interesting. These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them? You notice a small breach in the side of the nest. Keep your hands to yourself.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you'll ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
Said you couldn't be tied down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, fly boy.
Say, there's an odd-looking specimen. You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy. What have I stepped into this time? You think... You're not sure what it is, but you bet it would look cool spewing through the propellers.
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door. Activate the door.
Sit down.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go.
Nice.
Witch?
Shut up. Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thorine is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain. It's a sea slug! Run, girls!
You are in a crude state. Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight. Shiny stainless steel instruments cover the surgical tray. Some of them look vaguely familiar as veterinary instruments. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't mess with it. You're far. Hey, those talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either. My. You frisked the skewered sequel. These symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them?
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male. This is the right. Said you could.
I said that?
You said you.
Was that me?
You'll be
Yeah.
into the.
You hope these women soon realize. What have I?
This is Zandra.
You're not sure.
It looks like they have quite a fortress here.
Sit down.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what do you... Let me go!
Shut. I'll teach Doreen.
Will. Let me. This is up now.
Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight. Desperately, you try to push the button, but the restraints are just too tight. You see what seem to be pressurized oxygen tanks.
Our hero! Wasn't he great, girls? Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping!
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12...
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. He had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son. Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
Sail!
It's an Autobox teller machine card. You pick up the ATM card. An Autobox teller machine card. This is Socks, a high-class, high-priced dress shop. Why, it's Buckazoid Bill's Arcade and Sushi Bar. Geez, this guy could be a whole basketball team. This guy looks like the living torso. He probably works for an intergalactic freak show.
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
This is your friendly sales clerk. He's automated and comes complete with a built-in attitude. Don't mess with it.
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
I see. Well, all right. Let me get your measurements. We've got just the thing for the likes of you. I assume you will be wanting something in the generic Space Hero line? These will do for you. Try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
That will be 20 Buckazoids, please. I am sorry, we do not accept ATM cards. Thank you so much for shopping with us, sir. Do come back soon.
This guy, or is it a gal, doesn't look like anybody or anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah?
This is just one of over 2.5 million Monolith Burger franchises scattered around the known universes.
I'd like,
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees.
This is just one of over 2.5.
Would you like to apply for a job? You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo, and if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
Gee, thanks.
Warning, the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
Back in university, I took a computer science course in computer animation, and I made a game based off of this particular mini game in this.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it? If you need to know how to run the assembly line, read the sign. Just click it with the mouse or press R.
You can't. Don't. You can't do that. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't mess with it. Keep your...
The way my game worked is
Don't.
that it was a 3D project that, and there's an order menu which had optional ingredients, and you just had to make it to order. Oh. Let's try this. Oh my god, the cycles are too slow. Can't do it.
Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it.
This is difficult. Yeah, so this is just, you just have to click on everything, but in my game version, there's a 3D engine, so I sort of texturized the conveyor belt with these textures, and I built the environment, and it was all about clicking and various things like that. But as a 3D game, make it more challenging, the whole like you had to read the board, which would have the order of optional ingredients, and you would have to as the levels get higher, you would have to choose the...
Keep your hands to yourself.
You're gonna have to click on a spinning target so the thing would start to spin. And eventually there's this overlay of the order that you have to sort of read, and that would get out of view unless you reposition yourself. Let's see if I can find that game that I made, and I can show you that.
Keep your hands to yourself. Don't mess with it. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't.
It's interesting that order doesn't matter.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Ingredients that I put them in. I think
Don't
when I made
mess
my
with it.
game, it had the same thing where you didn't really need to get the order right. And when I made little models for the...
Keep your hands to yourself.
Moving fast now.
Don't.
Injection.
Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. Don't. You can't do.
Oh, no chance.
Don't.
I remember correctly, 3 in a row and you're out.
Keep.
Oh, we're screwed. No mayonnaise.
Don't mess with it. You.
Ah. Slow down the game some more. Yeah, much easier. It's interesting when I was making little 3D models for all the different ingredients. You know, mostly colors and textures, but to make like the sauce, there, you know, I had to do these interesting vertex shapes into like a little bit of like a sauce thing.
You can't do that. Keep your hands to yourself.
Just got that one in.
You can't do that. Don't mess with it. You can't do that.
keyboard is definitely not the way to go. I think I got fired.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
You talk.
It used to be a Radio Shack. I think they must have had some licensing issues.
It's a cigar, but not much more than a butt. You retrieve the cigar butt.
Okay, how much money do I have here?
It's...
wait. Is this the place? I can't remember.
This is Socks, a high-class, high-priced dress shop. An Autobucks teller machine card. An Autobucks... You can't do that.
Okay.
The latest in swank fashion, displayed in a number of horrifying colors. While enjoying this banquet of fashion, you wonder what you might look like in one of these cute little frocks. Hey, what kind of thing is that for a studly guy like you to be thinking? Get a hold of yourself, fella.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you sure you got the right store, hon?
I'm not sure. I think I'll just look around for a bit.
Let us know if we can help.
It's a nice outfit, but you're not sure you have the midriff for it. Hey, not bad for a robotic mannequin. They can't be real. No living thing can resist your charm.
Oh, real plastic.
Wow, genuine Zynthian leather. Keep your hands to yourself. While enjoying this banquet of fashion, you wonder what you might look like in one of these cute little frocks. Hey, what kind of thing is that for a studly guy like you to be thinking? Get a hold of yourself, fella. Yep, it's synthetic hair. They can't be real. No living thing can resist your charm. Yep, it's synthetic hair. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Guess I'm supposed to try to use it first.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
You play with the buttons, but the machine does not respond. You obviously don't resemble a blonde woman. What a surprise.
Okay, back to the store.
Hiya, hun. I'm Maybot, fashion consultant to the Cosmos. What can we, do with you today?
Well, this is kinda hard to explain.
Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special. Someone who died to get the latest in high galactic fashion. Are we right, or are we right?
We're right.
Okay. What size does she take?
Oh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie. I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage. I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room. And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
Oh dear.
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
It would serve no purpose.
Appreciate it, hun. Thanks for shopping at Saks.
It's just another vital part of the Galaxy Galleria shopping mall. It's you, Roger Wilco, Space Guy. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. You can't do that.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business application software, along with a few inferior games. But feel free to look around anyway. If you're here to return something, forget it. We have a strict no returns policy. I'd like to help you out, guy, but you know how corporations are.
A bargain bin containing discount software. It's here at last, with a combination of SAI, Simulated Artificial Intelligence, and VRAI, Virtually Real Artificial Intelligence. We at Max This Software have created a simulated simulator experience that's unlike anything you've ever simulated playing before. With SimSim, you can create a simulated environment in which you can create any simulated environment you want. Presenting the latest in the award-winning King's Quest series, from the still active mind of aging Roberta Williams III, latest in the award-winning Roberta Williams series, what happens when Old Man Graham and his family are kicked out of Daventry Condo Association? You'll meet the fabulous Bernoulli brothers, Professor C.D. Romberg, and of course Rumpelstiltskin, over 12 gigabytes in length.
Well, that's kind of funny because so many games are over 12 gigabytes already, so that's too much. Can't do anything.
From the folks who brought you Astro Chicken. When it comes to stimulating chickens, Chuck Egger is the expert. And now you can learn from him. Design the chicken of your choice. Over 40 options including lips, no lips, and laying frequency. And take your creation for a wild ride over real barnyard scenery based on an authentic flight model of a chicken. You're in for a peck of fun now.
The latest bomb from master storyteller Maury Bryanarty, Boom, is a post-Holocaust adventure set in post-Holocaust America after the Holocaust. Neutron bombs have eradicated all life, leaving only you to wander through the wreckage. No other characters, no conflict, no puzzles, no chance of dying, and no interface make this the easiest to finish game yet. Just boot it up and watch it explode. Following closely on the heels of his hit tic-tac-toe construction set, Phil Fudge does it again. Using a simple point-and-click interface, you construct the checkerboard of your dreams. Fill in an 8x8 grid with squares of your choice, red or black, in any arrangement, as long as it's alternating. Don't like it? Erase it and start all over again. Requires MCGA, CGA, VGA, PGA, or Ta-ra-ra-boom-GA. It's the newest in the wacky Jaime Lipschitz series. Jaime, son of a wealthy New York furrier, has gone wild with Dad's frequent flyer vouchers again. Can you track Jaime down and bring him home to meet the girl Mom's picked out for him? Hold on to your yarmulke. Yes, Jaime Lipschitz strikes again. 640K, Ronald MT32, and 3.5 circumcision required. Head for the hills, it's coming, and this time it's hungry. It Came for Dessert is a thrilling action-adventure in which a mob of pushy, overweight relatives invade your kitchen. Armed with only a Jell-O mold and a pastry bag, you must repel the invaders, always keeping an eye on your blood sugar level. It's the merriest mix-up since Enemoware's fabulous Defender of the Crown Rib Roast.
Appreciate it. Thanks for shopping.
sorry, but the crowd complete. Have you
A bargain bin. The two guys from Andromeda's latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book. Want to know how to get the dog into the hanging basket? Want to find out how to attach the melon? Buy this hint book and it all becomes obvious. You'll hit your head and say, "Boy, how stupid could I have been? A moron could have figured this out. I must be a real dimwit, a pathetic nimno, a wretched, idiotic excuse for a human being not to have figured out these simple puzzles in the first place." Try it and see.
I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin. I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin.
An SQ4 hint book. Hey, this isn't a free hint service. You need to pay for it before you read it.
Thank you.
You can't use that here. It would serve no purpose. You can't use that here. You can't use that here. Nothing happens. Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module. It would serve no purpose. It would serve no purpose. nothing happens.
Okay, got the code written down.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
The sign says Ms. Astro Chicken. How strange that nobody is playing it.
Okay. Oops. That's what I meant to do. I meant to save the game. I didn't. Let's try again. Oh, not again. Okay.
The two guys.
Nice. Keep. Done. Money.
As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Thanks for shopping it.
Oh god, this is annoying. Annoying. Okay, let's try. No, I can do better than that. Interesting. On this. Learned a few things. Got greedy. Oh, I went up. I don't know what. Oh shoot. Oh, 122, not bad. Let's give it one more try. Oh shit. Oh. Oh man. That was terrible. Oh. Okay, save. Astro Chicken. No, they're my eggs. I miss Astro Chicken. It's a game within the game. I'm on a really good run right now. Oh shoot. Oh no! Oh shit. Sorry, what? Sorry, what? No, but I picked up corn, and when I get corn, oh shoot, corn replenishes my eggs. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of quirkiness, for sure. Space Quest 10. Well, Space Quest 4, but I'm in the future. So I'm in Space Quest 10. Oh, get down there. Record here. 27. This could be risky. Yeah. Bad idea. Uh-oh.
Whoa! This game's circuits have melted into a mass of molten silicon. But the fireworks were pretty. Watching this fine youngster brings back fond memories of your youth. Little did you know that all those hours of playing blazin' paddles were in preparation for being a space guy hero type. As you look around the arcade, you see that some of your old favorites are still working. Monaco Princess Stunt Drivin', Choke and Croak, Ghetto Blaster, and Dweeb Hunter. The air is filled with smoke, sweat, and ozone, reminding you of your favorite cologne, Night in Programming. Touching anything in here might be dangerous to your health.
For the sequel, please. Save it. Ooh, close call.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try.
Ah.
Zero G skating might be perfect for you, since you've got a 0 IQ. Zero G. Well. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Well. Well, maybe. Zero. maybe it's worth a try. Well, well, maybe. Well, maybe.
Boy, these guys pop up. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Zap, zap, you're dead.
Run.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Come on. There's like no way to do it.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Really? Head back to
Zap, zap.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try. Zap, zap, you're dead. Zap.
Ah, come on.
Zap,
Aaron,
zap,
go
you're
there.
dead.
Oh, come on.
Zap, zap. Zap, zap, you're dead.
Oh, come on. What the?
Boy, these guys pop up in the most inconvenient places. They seem to have this area secured. Your extra crispy parts surely provide no threat.
Come on.
Well,
This is ridiculously.
Well,
why can't you go there?
well.
Oops, she did something that we weren't expecting. Wow. Okay. Obviously, this game is not doing what I need it to do.
This beltway is great. No more. Boy, these guys pop up.
Oh, I'm so screwed.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Okay, let me look up a hint. Space Quest. Evading coral police. When does you studying? Okay, so I'm supposed to awesome. Okay, it's supposed to make them spin out when they shoot me. Excellent. Should be it. Or not. Maybe. We'll see. Oh. Okay.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
Alright, we'll let him go a little bit farther. And then I will... Whoa, whoa, not yet. Wait a little bit. Oh, gotta go. Oh, good, he sounded away. Oh, come on! He was so far away. It's all about timing. This is impossible. And he's gonna zap me when he's about just above the tree. Oops. Probably didn't wait long enough there. Yeah, I'm gonna get blasted right about now. Oh. Alright, time to save because I think I'm back in the arcade and I can get in the time pod. Okay. Save that one. And I can increase speed back to normal. Oh, are you kidding me?
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay. Alright. Slow it back down. Restore.
Smoking.
I think I'm supposed to go to the other insurance. Yeah, that's not right.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay, so I'm on this side now. Let's save it and let's see if I can sneak back in. Are you kidding me?
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay, they say this game has timer-related issues that we might not be able to bypass. I'm just gonna try one more time to see if there's a way.
Huh, Wilco.
Nope. Absolutely nothing.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Oh man, these quests. Skate. Oh.
Huh, Wilco.
No chance.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Just looking up on okay. After looking at some okay, let's see if this works. Let's see, make a folder, other, saves, and let's dump everything in here. Change directory, good old game slash space class 4 slash save. Of course that doesn't work. Good old games. Change directory equals slash good old games 1 space q 1 slash saves. Of course it isn't. All right. Oops. Equal directory call and SQ4 saves. And let's put the files in there. Oh, wait a minute. That's because this is not okay. Saves. Nope. Mounted configuration. Where are you mounted? C:/Sierra. Okay. This is frustrating. Very frustrating. Just working out some technical difficulties here. Okay. Well, why can't I? Six, 8, 9. Okay, so I'll just write one of my existing saves. I think that has to work. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. No.
Huh, Wilco.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay, so I can't restore that one because that's in a different version. Okay, good old games. Space Quest 4 save games. Okay, just gonna have to do this. That is not the most ideal, but I think I need to just redo all the save games and see how it goes. Alrighty. I'm gonna go and save game now. Okay, after a break, I am going to have dinner and then I'll be back and I can continue this game. Thank you.